on me to the filming?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, my name's Cordy. In this video I'm going to show you how to wrestle a donkey effectively, keeping away from its teeth so you get the right purchase but you don't get bitten.
Oh, he's gone. No donkey in here.
You guys are in luck, huh? Duck pond and a playground. What do you reckon?
I reckon it's pretty wet out here.
Because of the ducks?
Huh?
What? Here's some friends of the channel. You guys into jazz? How's your legato? They know how I vote. They know how I vote. 2020.
Go on.
Just a casual warning. Donkeys may bite.
You've already looked at that side.
So Lenny's taken me for a day out, and here you see the donkeys. Bunch of donkeys. Contains a bull donkey.
Yeah.
We are in Somerset, so it's important to give people the warning not to enter the animals. So I was asked if I would break down this lick from last week, and I'll just play the lick in context quickly. I normally like to try and do these requests if people do ask me to break down my own licks. You know, occasionally it makes sense to break down one of my own licks rather than someone much better than me. I'm thinking of us as being in the key of D flat major, or you know, B flat minor, or E flat Dorian, whatever you want to think about it as. But I'm just telling you, I think about it as being in D flat major, and we're on chord 2, the E flat minor. And what we do, and we're starting off with like this kind of pickup, which is in semiquavers. 5 notes, so that occurs just before the 3, sorry, so 1, 2, ba da ba da ba. And then the line kind of ends on beat 1. If you're wondering about where to kind of aim for these things, that's a thing that I've found myself doing quite a lot recently. I tend to end these fast licks on beat 1. I don't know whether that's because I'm kind of consciously listening for where that beat falls so that I know when to dismount, but that's what's happening anyway. Okay, so what else is going on there is we're doing kind of my favourite little legato pattern, but we're doing it in triplets instead of straight 16ths. So quite often you'll hear me doing this kind of thing. And I talked about this a while ago, but we've got kind of 3 notes on one string, and then the next string up we will do 5 notes, and that ends up being an 8 note kind of pattern. But you'll find it also kind of works in the context that I'm doing it here, where you're doing triplets. So this is a thing to also practice. So the idea is that it becomes less about just doing a straight up and down, so straight up and down with a triplet feel, where it's very obvious, you know, that you're changing strings kind of either on the beat or, you know, on the next triplet. So you get a very kind of obvious dibba da dibba da da, whereas this kind of thing, it's not quite so clear, and I think that gives it a little bit more of this kind of fluid sense. Don't really want to talk about fluids. Anyway, so and also it's kind of gives that feeling of flowing a bit more because you have more than 3 notes on some of the strings. So you can kind of get speed with it and stuff like that. Anyway, so it's not particularly fast lick in the way that I'm playing it. You could play it faster if you want to, but here are the notes. So we're in B flat minor. So we start with this B flat, then down to the F. So I'd think of that as just pentatonic. So B flat, F, A flat, C, F, E flat, and then we're going to be staying basically in this spot for a while with the 3 note per string. So on the E string we're going to have a D flat, then a B flat, then a C, then a D flat, B flat, C, D flat, and then 5 notes I think on this A string. So start with the E flat to the G flat, like that, and then the same kind of idea. I think that's what we're doing. Yeah, so so 4 on the E string, 3, 4, and then 5 on the A string, and 5 on each of the strings after the E string. That kind of thing. So we've got a jump there, so we're moving into this other 3 note per string shape. So the next logical 3 note per string shape, when we get past this G string, jump up to this 9th fret on the B string, up to the 11th, so up to that C, and then D flat, E flat, F, down to the B flat, and slide up to the D flat on the B string on the 14th fret. So just slowly. So yeah, that's the lick. So we're kind of mixing up these 5 note per string or 5 note patterns in a sextuplet feel, and that's kind of what gives it that flowing feel. Nothing too crazy difficult. Try and keep your right hand under control and picking fairly lightly. And you could try playing it left hand only. A little bit tricky. But it kind of works quite nicely at speed as well. So you can get the tab for that on my Patreon and the backing track. I'll just try and mix that into an intro now, hopefully. But feel free to like and subscribe. That's what I'm doing for that particular lick. So 3 note per string patterns with a little shift at the end. So that's how I would play that. and I would practice this with a metronome, or maybe practice it along with a slowed down version of the track, and see how you get on with it. Hopefully that was helpful. Catch you in another video soon. Cheers.